Welcome everybody to Vault Hours. This is our 39th Vault Hours. I'm the MC today, Ryan Louisbrand, and I am joined by a large amount of very wonderful people. Casey is my co-host, and everyone also has their own section that we'll be going through today. Say hello, Casey. You're
Hey
muted.
Ryan,
There
I
you go.
haven't been introduced like this in a while. I usually start these calls off, so this is kind of silly for me.
All right, so moving along, here is our agenda for today. And that is, we have the new extension design preview. I teased this a little bit earlier in one of our social posts, and Kevin will be walking us through that. We have our mobile passkeys beta, which I'll be talking about. Passwordless.dev, Magic Links API, Nasser will talk about, and then we go back to bulk collection assignment in Password Manager, and Kayla will be joining us to talk about World Password Day. Now, of course, this is a open discussion, so if anybody has any questions whatsoever, we're happy to drop something off the agenda, replace it, whatever we feel like makes sense. Uh, at the time, like we're here for you. This is our open office hours, our vault hours. But I know a lot of you are already here because you're really interested in new design. It's always been a hot topic in the community. So I am going to go ahead and turn it over to Kevin on this. And Casey, as my co host, if you do not mind. Oh, you know what? I forget. Let's see. As I said, open discussion. If anybody has any questions at all, you can come on screen. If you want to ask a question, just type it in chat and we'll invite you up onto the stage. So we'll have you here. Don't worry. And I didn't see any initial questions yet in the comment besides, nope, just talking about audio stuff. So if you have any questions along the way, there is a QA button over on the side. You can click that, or you can just put something in chat and we'll try to answer it right away. Now I'm going to go over the new extension design preview. Casey, as my co-host, would you be able to share the slides while I try to figure out my technical difficulties and drive?
Absolutely. I'll get that set
I
up.
can't hear what you're saying,
One.
but I'm hoping it's a yes. Okay, great.
Yes, one moment, folks. I will get that set up. It's not a Bitwarden Vault hours unless we are doing some kind of last minute scrambling, right? So we're going to get that set up right now.
Here we go. The new extension design preview. Kevin, are you ready to go?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. Sorry about that delay. Here we go. Go
No
on.
worries. Yeah. So at Bitwarden, right, we really believe in empowering everyone to kind of be able to easily secure your sensitive data and use your sensitive data. And so that means helping you guys build really helping you guys with awesome tools we're building to build really strong security practices. But it also means refining the experience that you guys have with the Bitwarden products. And so this year we've updated we're updating our mobile app to use a more native look and feel. We've redesigned the navigation of our web application, and we've also been listening to a lot of your feedback and applying it to Bitwarden in terms of how we can make it more intuitive and just overall enjoyable to use. And so we're really excited today to kind of give you a sneak peek of some of the design changes that are currently in development here at Bitwarden, specifically around our browser extension, with more of these changes going to be rolling out to other platforms. But why do we need to do a redesign, right? What does this look like for us? Well, as the product has grown, so has like a lot of complexity in just the UI of the product, and this complexity has made it, I think, harder for users, especially newer users to Bitwarden, to navigate the application and really realize the full potential of the product, and especially when it comes to security, right? We really want to make sure users understand how the product works so that they can be really successful in kind of their goals. And so our goal with this project was really just to kind of simplify and streamline a lot of the user experience of our browser extension. And we're going to walk you through in a moment some of the changes you can kind of expect to see in the redesign. So what can you expect to see? What does a redesign actually entail? Let's go next, Ryan. Well, we've refreshed the look and feel. So you're going to notice we've got a much more modern design that better matches the Bitwarden brand. It's got updated colors, fonts, a cleaner layout. And we've also reorganized some of the navigation and information architecture just to make finding key features and actions more prominently displayed and making them kind of easier to discover and use, not so hidden in the experience. You're going to see also that in just a moment, Danielle's going to do a demo of all of this. You'll see that we've combined our tab and vault view, give you a more consistent and sort of unified browsing experience that lets you quickly access your vault items all in one place. And we've also simplified just how easy it is for you to be able to add new item types. Let's go next, Ryan. And so some of the benefits you can expect to see here are, we hope we've made the product just easier to use, giving you that faster access to your vault items, again, streamlined some of your item creation, and just made the Bitwarden product just feel more modern and approachable for our end users. So let's go to Danielle, who is going to actually do a demo of the new extension.
All right, thanks, Kevin. Can everyone hear me okay, just since we've had all these audio issues? Awesome. Cool. I'm Danielle. I'm based out of Portland, Oregon, and I have been working over the last couple months on this extension redesign with Kevin. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Cool. All right. So the first thing I'll demo is kind of how we autofill. So currently, yes, there is still going to be a dark mode. So currently we still have our inline autofill option, but if for some reason you want to still use the extension popover for autofill, you can go in and unlock your popover, and you have this vault screen. As Kevin was saying, the main change we've made is merging that tab and vault view. So you'll see this top section is the autofill suggestions area. And this kind of mimics what we have today on the tab screen. So if you have the setting that allows your cards and identities to display on the tab page today, they'll appear below your logins in this view. And then to go ahead and autofill the credential you'd like to do, you just select this autofill button, and it'll autofill just like we have today. And going back to the extension, if you'd like to copy a username or password, or you are using Bitwarden as your authenticator, you can still copy those pieces of information from this copy menu that opens up. And this menu will change based on what vault item type you have selected the menu on. Well, the one other thing I'll show in this section is the More menu. So if you are looking at a login item that is in the all items or favorites lists, you'll have these extra 3 options at the top. So you can still autofill one of these other items. So if your URI match detection is not set up to make the item appear here, you can still search or filter and find that item, and then either just autofill it, or you can complete the autofill and save action, which will actually save that URI to the item so that next time you want to use it, it'll appear in this autofill suggestions section. The next thing I'll go through is filtering the vault. So I don't have search prototyped out, but it'll work much like it does today, where if you enter a search term, it'll filter all of the lists you see below. And adding a filter does that as well. So you'll see that we've removed any organizations items that this user had. You can also add a folder filter, and you can still add item types filters as well in this view. We'll go ahead and go into the view item screen here for this item. You'll see we've updated the organization here, as well as how the UI is presented to make it a lot cleaner and clearer to navigate and find exactly what you're looking for. We've also elevated this password history action to make it a lot more prominent on how to access that. So you'll find that in the new UI. And the last thing I'll go over on this vault page is actually creating a new item. So if you go up to the top, we still have this new button, but we've pulled out what item type you actually want to create into this menu. So we'll create a login. At the top, we are still auto filling in the item name as well as the website. And then we've moved owner and folder And then if you select an organization, the collection option will display below this, just to the top, to make it really clear to the user where they're creating this item. And then below we'll have whatever information is corresponds to the item type you've selected. So since this is a login, we have your login credentials here. And then at the very bottom, this section will be consistent across all item types, is for where you can add a note, your master password reprompt setting, and then of course adding a custom field. So we'll go ahead and fill out this information and go ahead and click save. And we'll take it you to the view item view of that new item that you just created. That is about it for the Vault view. So I'll move on to the updated generator UI. The main change we've made here is pulling out what type of data you are generating into this top area. So you can select password, passphrase, or username right from the top there. And then we've just elevated the UI in the options area for what you want to include in that generated data. Moving on to the send page, we've mirrored a lot of the patterns that we just went over in the Vault screen, except tailored them to the send feature. For example, we still have the send item data listed here with the copy send link and delete buttons. And then we have search and a type filter, so you can filter any sends that you create. The last thing we have is an updated design for our settings. We've redesigned and organized the content here so that it's grouped more logically, so it's easier to find a specific setting or feature that you're looking to turn on. For example, we'll look at the account security page. We've grouped unlock options together here at the top, your Vault timeout, and then other information about your account at the bottom. And the last thing we'll do is look at the account switcher. The UI here is very similar to what we have today, just using the updated styles. And we can go ahead and lock now. And that brings me to the end of my demo. I appreciate everyone attending to see this preview. Happy to answer any questions that you have about the new design in the chat. Thank you, and I guess back to Ryan.
Yeah, thanks, Danielle. It looks beautiful. There are a couple things here. So first, there's a question in the Q&A from Dominic saying, I'm missing a button to copy only the two-factor authentication code. Sometimes I only need this code, and now I'll have to make an additional click. Could the buttons on the main screen be personalized? Such as I want to have copy and copy 2FA code or copy and copy username.
Yeah, so I think the 2FA code copy action was moved into that menu. I guess I can keep screen sharing so we can look at oh, no max users, never mind. So yeah, it was moved into that menu. So yes, it would take 2 clicks. In the current direction, we're not planning on customizing the buttons on that screen, but that's definitely some feedback that we can take back and look at iterating on the design. Did you have anything to add to that question, Kevin?
No, that's right. We definitely want to make sure that we get all the feedback we can about the direction we're heading. So this is really appreciate the feedback here, Dominic.
All right, and I put in a poll that should be visible for everyone to give us some quick feedback on that. Please go take a look and let us hear your voice.
But Danny's asking, is the tab screen completely gone now? Yeah, we basically combined it with the Vault view, so it still has all the same functionality as it does before, but now it's just a more centralized place for all your Vault items rather than having a separate tab view and a separate Vault view. But the functionality is still the same there.
Yeah, so the content that you currently interact with on the tab screen will appear at the top of the new Vault screen. So it should still be pretty front and center for anyone interacting and trying to use the popover for autofill.
All right, I see it again. So if you wanted to pull it up, you can just show one more, like the tab. Yeah. All right, question for Max. Are you concerned that users might be easier to phish now that current tab and stored credentials is merged? Personally, I don't see how that could be because well, the autofill suggestions, the item would not show up unless unless the URI matched it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So we're still showing the matching credentials in this area, just like they would appear on the tab screen. So I don't think that concern has come up before. We're still saying, hey, these are the credentials that match your existing URI. And if there are no matching ones, we do have some text that appears here that says, hey, you have no matching credentials here. So I think we'll be okay with that.
All right. Is there a preview for dark mode?
Let me.
We can find one really quick.
Yeah, let me stop sharing really quick. And I should be able to.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of dark mode. I always thought the black on the white hurts my eyes. So I'm strange in that regard because every time I start scrolling with that, I just get a huge headache. I really do like the Nord style that our Bitwarden extension has, in which the background and the text is a little bit lower contrast, because it's more of like a blue-gray background, which is a little bit better. But yeah, I know it's not a popular opinion, but I'm not a programmer too, so that's okay. I do all my blog writing in marketing with white background and black text on top of it. Who knows? My retinas will probably be burnt out by the time I'm 50.
Here's my preview for dark mode that we have currently. So yeah, we're keeping a lot of the same kind of elements, the darkest layer on the back, and then a lighter variant of our Bitwarden blue. And then throughout the rest of the UI, we're being very intentional with the use of that primary blue color. So it's not too distracting from the darker backgrounds that folks tend to prefer.
The last thing I'll add about the design stuff before we move on is we have a blog post coming out relatively soon in that to highlight kind of a lot of the things you've seen here. In that post, we'll have a survey. I really would love to invite all of you to take some time, give us some feedback. We really value the feedback of our community. And so we really look forward to some of the changes here.
I guess to address the comment about making dark mode mandatory, that's not currently the plan. I think the default theme will still look at whatever theme you have selected for your system settings.
All right, Patrick asked the tough question, when can we expect a release of this? The answer is not in the short term, right? We're still in the stage of collecting feedback, right, Kevin?
Yeah, we've started development on a lot of this stuff that we've shown. So we're hoping in at least the next couple of months is when you could see a release. But we don't have a timeline, a time frame yet. But we are definitely in active development. So great question though.
All right. I knew that was going to be the juicy one today, but we're going to move on to a couple of other different things that are happening. Oh, also one that's also very juicy. Mobile passkeys. This has been a big thing for a little while. This one's going to be, I'll be walking through this one. But we have launched passkeys last year in the mobile extension in the browsers. So you're able to create passkeys there. Well, now we have it on mobile apps, and this is great because this really just completes the vision of being able to use passkeys wherever you log in. So now you can use passkeys on your mobile devices and also on your Bitwarden browser, and they sync across the two of them in your secure vault. But these are currently in beta, and we have the beta for Apple and Android available. So if you are interested in trying these out and providing us feedback, please, I'll put this link in the chat. That reminder was there for me. Could somebody else put that community link in the chat since I'm in presenter mode? Oh, I got it. I was smart enough to put it in my speaker notes. Here you go. So you can go and check out the forum here for instructions on how to join Apple's test flight. And then you can also see I did write a blog about Android as well. So yeah, please go check this out and give us some feedback. All right, up next, Nasser, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me? Yes? All right, awesome. So as part of passwordless.dev, for those of you who are developers here, this is a developer-specific offering. We released our Magic Links API a couple of weeks ago. And so what are Magic Links, right? These are these one-time links that a user receives as part of authentication that makes it really easier to log in. They get this link in their email, and they click on the link. It's a one-time link, unique, and it can be time delimited. So they offer a lot of benefits. In fact, this site, Crowdcast, offers Magic Links. If you try to sign in, you can get a Magic Link, goes to your inbox, click on it, and you sign in. So it really gives you this enhanced security, right? You reduce the risk of unauthorized access into your website, into your portal or website. And it really like streamlines onboarding. So say you're a new user of an application, and you want to, or you want your users to be able to easily log in without the need for cumbersome password creation and verification. You want to do that at a later time. You want to tell them, hey, why don't you create a passkey? But you don't want to do it immediately. You want to retain that user's focus and attention. You want them to just quickly go into their email and link and get into the portal or the website or the application. A Magic Link can help you do that. And then a convenient account recovery. So if you forget your password, depending on how you build out your workflow, right? If you forget your password or you've lost your passkey, you can send a one-time Magic Link to the user. So it really eliminates the need for having a team that helps continually reset passwords, and so for these really large organizations, passkey Magic Link can work really well. And then improved user experience. So you want to minimize friction for your users. Say you have a WordPress page or an e-commerce store, and you want people to come in and not leave or not abandon their carts, easily log back in. They can get a Magic Link sent to their inbox, click on that Magic Link, and they're automatically sent into the application. Now, of course, the caveat here is you have to make sure your email is secure. You have multi-factor authentication set up, and I do believe most people have that set up. So it's only as strong as how strong your email is, but it works really well. I don't know if you want to play that quick demo, that short demo that shows how we use Magic Links within our own website, passwordless.dev. Right. Sounds a little quiet. I was in my rat mode, but
yeah,
I can talk through this. So yeah.
Go ahead. Let me know when you can pause.
Yeah, just keep going. So passwordless.dev itself, when you log in, you have the option of it's Magic Link enabled. So you enter your email. There's already a preset user over here. He tries to sign in, and let's assume he's forgotten his passkey or password, and he gets that Magic Link, that one-time Magic Link sent to their inbox. So this is just showing you the workflow, the process of how this works. So the person now goes into their inbox.
Is the screen frozen? Oh no! Oh, you're
it's not
just
frozen.
talking in the background. Okay.
Yeah, I could have just done this live.
Is that 22,000 emails?
And you're in your application. You click the link from within your inbox, and you are in. So this really reduces that friction, gets you into the application really fast, and you can stop it now. But you can customize this API. You can within your workflow as you see fit. So you can be using passkeys, passwords. You can add Magic Links. So this is specifically for developers. Go to passwordless.dev, sign up. You get a free tier. You get 100 free Magic Links, right? Ryan, you can just stop this.
Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll kill it too.
Yeah, it was free. Yeah, so you can go in. You have the free tier. Go sign up. 100 Magic Links, and then for the Pro and Enterprise plans, you have up to 1,000 Magic Links. And we'll also be releasing some new capabilities within Magic Links where you can customize templates and do some stuff of that nature. But yeah, if you're a developer, .NET, Java, any Node.js, whatever you're working with, go in and take a look. And we'll always appreciate your feedback, and feel free to reach out. Thanks. Any questions?
All right.
I guess we don't have too many developers. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Dominic.
All right, I'm going to go over bulk collection assignment. This is something that's handy for some people who might have a lot of passwords that they had just imported and need to move into an assigned collection. And it's really simple. So here is just the unassigned collection in the admin console. So you got to do this. You got to go to the admin console, which is, you see that little in the top right corner, the little grid there. That will get you over to the admin console. You can click and select all of these items at once, and then just simply assign to collections. Really simple, really awesome benefit. Just for some mass management of things, and this function will be coming soon to the individual vaults outside of the admin console, so that you'll be able to better manage all of your items here. I think it's pretty straightforward. I don't anticipate any questions. You can give me some applause for this, because I know this is a feature people have been asking for a little while, so happy to get this into the product. All right, Kayla, let me bring you on because it's World Password Day. And you just did some really excellent work on a survey, is that right?
Yes. Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Kayla. I'm the marketing communication specialist at Bitwarden, and I'm going to be talking to you about World Password Day, which is this coming Thursday, May 2nd. So, for those of you who don't know, World Password Day is an annual event on the first Thursday in May meant to raise awareness about the importance of using strong passwords to protect oneself online. And every World Password Day, Bitwarden runs a global survey to delve into current user password practices. So, for this year's survey, we surveyed over 2,400 people from the US, the UK, Australia, France, Germany, and Japan. And the categories of our survey this year were passwords. Oh, okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Sorry,
yes.
keep going.
So the
I'll go through a few.
categories, the categories we were looking at this year were password security habits at home and in the workplace, the impacts of phishing and AI on online security, and then lastly, user sentiment towards passkey adoption. So you can see the full results of the survey on our resource center at this link below. And then I'm just going to share a few interesting highlights from the survey. Okay, so one statistic that stood out to me was this question where we asked people if they use personal information in their passwords, and 36% of people said yes. And then we followed that up with where else might this personal information that you use in your passwords appear online? And 60% of people said on their social media accounts. So that implies that about 22% of people are using personal information in their passwords that's easily available online. That's not a good thing. And of course, you really should not be doing that. You should be using strong, unique passwords for every account that have nothing to do with yourself so that hackers can't look this up online and try to guess your passwords. So that's one thing. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so another slide. We found that workplace security habits need some work. I wrote this headline. I'm very proud of it. We asked, how would you classify your workplace security habits? About 53% of people said generally secure. That's kind of not high enough. Really should be closer to 90, 100%. And we also asked people to identify the risky security habits that they practice at work, like using weak or personal info-based passwords, storing work passwords insecurely, not using 2FA, and sharing passwords insecurely. And of course, all of these things could be solved with using a password manager like Bitwarden in your workplace. So if you use a password manager at home but not at work, maybe this is a good survey to bring to your IT team and show them why you should be having a workplace password manager. And then lastly, we asked about passkey adoption. So we asked people if they understand the security benefits of passkeys over traditional passwords. And about half of people say they don't really understand the security benefits of passkeys over traditional passwords. And also, about half of people are currently using passkeys, and another half is not. So it shows there's still some work to be done in the industry to educate people about why passkeys are secure. And yeah, so again, check out the full survey results on our resource center.
Wonderful. Would you be able to throw a link into the chat when you have a chance?
Yes, I can do that.
Great. Thank you, Kayla. All right, moving right along into the newsfeed. So before I continue into this, anyone have any questions, comments at this point? Any new subjects you want to bring up before we just dive into what's been happening this last month? Half of respondents using passkeys seems a lot. Is that any selection bias? I'm not. Kayla, if you wanted to come back on for a moment and talk about how we picked who we were sending this to.
I'm not sure I know the answer to that question. We have an agency that we work with who runs the survey. So, yeah. Fortunately, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, we've been running this for a little while, so we are pretty certain that there's as little bias in here as possible.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, surely some people use passkeys. Especially since Google started requiring passkeys or offering it as a first option. I'm sure the adoption is starting to pick up for someone to using at least one passkey.
Yeah, it would be interesting if we had data from last year to compare this to, but we did not ask about passkeys on our World Password Day survey last year, so it's kind of hard to know what role Google having passkeys played in people adopting them.
And Ryan, what I'm seeing is a lot of organizations actually outside Google are starting to mandate it for their users. They're making a practice within their organization. It was first not mandatory, but now they're making it mandatory. And these are big organizations. So I don't know, something has changed over the last 6 months.
Cool. And it looks like Bill supplied me some lunch reading material. I've got it up here, so 19 pages. I should be able to get through that. All right. Jumping over into the newsfeed, what's been happening? This is probably my favorite article I've seen in crossover of to go from sports betting to password manager. Really funny to me. But yeah, the quote here was, if anyone knows what's happening with Otani, like one of the highest paid and probably one of the more talented baseball players of all time. Has an interpreter who allegedly stole $16 million from his bank account for gambling. And Bitwarden apparently is a solution. So super happy about that, getting the call out and the mention here, and such a high profile thing is happening in the sports world. But yeah, so Bitwarden keeps your bank account safe. And also we are available in over 50 languages. Tech Radar
Hey, the
Pro.
good thing is,
yeah.
Sorry, the good thing is Otani didn't take all the money at once. He's spread out his contract over 20 years. So otherwise we would have lost a lot more.
That's true. That would have been a lot more ripe for the taking. All right, Tech Radar Pro talked about they picked up on our iOS beta, which came out before the Android beta, so that's why you're going to see iOS in the headlines. So the headline here just says now supports passkeys on iOS devices, and then they clarified the beta like 2 paragraphs down. So I'm sure they got some clicks and buzz off of that. We'll be making an announcement about full general availability here in the next little bit. But yeah, so this is out. SD Times, I think that Casey, you were going to talk about this.
Yeah, absolutely. I hope that everyone can hear me. I'm having a little bit of issues. Awesome. I'm having some issues with my camera, but I am happy to speak to this. So actually, this article was published recently. It's about implementing good secrets management for your organization and how it helps reduce overall security risk, especially considering secrets protect very incredibly important applications and customer data. Ecosystems, different infrastructure for your organization. So it's incredibly important to implement good secrets management. And so Software Development Times, the trade that, or the news outlet that covered this, interviewed our product lead for Bitwarden Secrets Manager. His name is Max Power. Yes, that's his real name. It is super cool. But he shared a little bit of best practices for good secrets management for your organization. So recommend checking this out. And it was super cool that we were included.
Awesome. Thanks, Casey. A couple more articles to go through. Magic Links, which you just talked about. We, got some good press coverage on that. This is an excellent advice on this person's journey of going through and talk about why he supports Bitwarden and paying for it now, because we do offer an amazing free product. But it's also great too when people subscribe to the pro plan or a professional plan or individual plan. So he wrote about that. We have 5 Android productivity apps that I can't live or work without. Spoiler alert, Bitwarden is on the list. Another list in which Bitwarden is also listed, this time for Windows. And actually, I think there was a big roundup. Like, I saw Windows, I saw Linux, I saw Apple. Basically, Bitwarden is one of the top 5 apps that everyone should install on their device. I tend to hardly agree. CNET labeled us as one of the best password managers in 2024. That's great. But CNET's pick for best password manager, that makes me feel pretty good. Moving on to some blog articles that came out this last month. Casey, would you like to narrate us through?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can go on to the first one. So this blog article is specifically about Bitwarden Secrets Manager and how it offers built-in functionality to build your own applications, connections, and automations across your tech stack. It talks all about our Bitwarden Secrets Manager CLI, out-of-the-box integrations, software development kits, and an open source code base. So if you are looking specifically for a new secrets management solution that is specifically open source and is incredibly flexible to fit within your own tech stack, this is a great article to get a nice little overview of Bitwarden Secrets Manager. Great. So this article was published recently as well about disabling your browser-based password manager. That's a really important step when implementing Bitwarden Password Manager, right, is to make sure that that pesky little browser password manager doesn't have those pop-ups all the time. So when you're helping someone implement Bitwarden, definitely make sure that they do this step. So this article provides a little bit more information about how to do that for each of the common browsers. Next, I thought this was incredibly cool. I didn't even know that we offered this until this was published. So you can use Bitwarden with your Apple Vision Pro. And this article actually has a really nice user experience demo that shows exactly what it would look like using your Bitwarden web application within Apple Vision Pro and navigating through that all. So super cool. Technology has come a long way. So I was definitely shocked about what you can do with this. So if you have an Apple Vision Pro or maybe are just interested in this kind of future of VR, I'd check this out. Next, so Nasser already talked about this a little bit, but for those who are using passwordless.dev, we just released magic links for passwordless.dev. So these are unique one-time links sent via email to grant users access to a system. Just extra clarification here. This is for passwordless.dev, which is a development application for building passkey authentication. It's not for password manager. And so we need to make that distinction whenever we talk about this. Going on, talking more about passkeys. This is definitely a theme for today. We are so excited to announce Bitwarden passkeys are now available in beta for iOS. So this article provides a little bit more information other than what Ryan has already provided. It talks about how to get started storing passkeys in Bitwarden, the benefits of using passkeys, and how to get involved in the beta. So continuing on this theme of passkeys, we also have a passkey index. This is community driven, but it's a repository of all the different sites and platforms that offer passkey authentication. So this is really great if you are starting to secure your logins with passkey authentication and helping others do the same, right? So it's community driven. You can add in new sites as they become available.
Oh, look at that. I was able to switch real quick. Look at that.
Whoa, that was so smooth. Yeah, look at all of those different websites, platforms, developer tools. Passkeys are happening, guys. They're
Yeah, I'm
coming.
excited for it.
Yeah, if your company is an external facing site and you have passkeys, just feel free to do a pull request and add it over here, and we'll get it added.
Yeah, thanks, Nasser. Maybe someone can also add that link into the chat as well so people can easily check it out. We got a question. Is it safe to use the beta with a current Bitwarden account? Ryan, I'll let you take this, but my guess is absolutely yes.
Yeah, we don't put it on beta until we have done all of the security stuff that we always do when we verify everything. However, there is a higher chance of bugs that could be crashing or anything. It's always a good idea to have a good backup of your vaults before starting to work on beta stuff, but the risks are pretty low. So yeah, please
Yeah, Ryan,
join
can you
the
actually
beta.
skip forward a couple slides?
Can I skip forward a few slides? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
not to help, one back. There we go. Exporting your Bitwarden Vault. So this is a perfect segue. So if you are interested in testing any beta, make sure that you export your Bitwarden Vault, right? I know that we are all power users on this call right now, but it's always important to go back to the basics and remember to export your vault. This article covers all the different ways that you can do that, right? We support exporting the vault encrypted with your Bitwarden account login. You can also encrypt it with a password, right, that you set different from your master password. And then you can also export it unencrypted. Not necessarily the most secure option, but it is there if you are interested. So definitely make this part of your routine, right? I have a calendar alert on my phone, I think on a quarterly basis to export my Bitwarden Vault and back it up. I could probably be doing that even more often. So definitely something to think about, especially as you want to try out some of these betas. Okay, Ryan, I'm going to ask you to go back up. Beautiful. One more down. There we go. So back to passkeys, right? So we released a Bitwarden software development kit for passkey development, so specifically for passwordless.dev. And this helps serve the need of developers looking to use passkeys within their Android applications. So the article, once again, details the benefits of passkey authentication and how to get started with passwordless.dev. And then lastly, I believe for the articles today, it's about how password managers can help your organizations pass penetration tests. So this article really details the importance of penetration tests for your organization for bolstering security across all different departments and ecosystems, and how using a password manager and multi-factor authentication can really help your organization accomplish this. We get people coming into Bitwarden all the time who are looking to implement a password manager specifically to help with these penetration tests. So absolutely something to think about if you are not currently using a password manager, or maybe your organization's not currently using a password manager, right? This would be a good article to share with some leadership or IT departments about penetration testing. And so I believe that's all for our blog today.
Yeah, interesting subjects coming up out of this too. Not just organizations pass penetration tests, but also make sure that your organization qualifies for cybersecurity insurance.
Yes.
As that's been a big subject we've been seeing now. So as people are now getting insurance products to protect them against the financial losses of a hack, some of them of course are requiring that you do things to be smart about your security. So Bitwarden is definitely one of those things that can help reduce your premium. I see I have a question here about inactive passkeys, such as we have the inactive two-step login report. That's something we're investigating and working on right now. Actually, the more people help us out with the passkey index, we'd be able to perhaps just use that as what we would check against. So yeah, that's definitely under investigation. All right, moving over to help right along to Sai.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, got you.
Beautiful. All right. So my name is Sai. I am going to be presenting on behalf of Help and Training today. So a couple of articles I wanted to highlight for our Help Center. So obviously we've got all kinds of great documentation, no matter what your current skill level is. But a few things that I think are kind of cool that are a bit related to the World Password Day this month is first off that you can configure your preferences for password generation. So within that help article, it will talk about some of the different options that you have, whether you want to generate a password or passphrase. And something that's kind of cool is that then once you set that or make your choices the first time, the Bitwarden will remember those so that the next time you go to generate a password, preferences were, that character length, what type of characters, etc. It will automatically use your selection the next time you go to make a password. So definitely recommend checking that out and setting that based on what makes sense for you. Can you go back one? Sorry. Too quick there, but that's okay. So, kind of on, I know Bill was talking about some of the reports that we have. I just wanted to call those out as well. So, just getting your passwords into Bitwarden is really easy, but it's also really important to go through your Vault Health reports and make sure that, you don't just bring your data into Bitwarden. You're also making sure that if you had any security gaps before, or maybe even a new one, that you are addressing anything that comes up. So there's some really great reports available to you, whether you're a free user or a premium user, and definitely recommend going through those and making sure that you get any potentially vulnerable passwords updated to new strong ones using that generator. All right, now you can switch. Thanks, Ryan. All right, so popping over to the Bitwarden Learning Center, a few I wanted to call out there is first, making sure that people know that if you are part of an enterprise plan, so if you're using Bitwarden as a company, as an enterprise organization, every person who's a part of your organization has the ability to redeem a free Bitwarden Families plan. And we have a video here that will walk you through step by step exactly how to redeem that. So that's a great way to take advantage of all the premium features of Bitwarden and keep your home data safe alongside your work information. Also want to make a call out. I know we've mentioned the Secrets Manager a few times here. A video that got a recent update is learning how to create machine accounts. So getting those machine-to-machine secrets set up. So that's one of the first steps to getting started with that product. I see we got a question in the chat. Bob asked, how long does the free family plan last? So great question. As long as your company has an enterprise organization with us and you're still an employee at that company and still have a Bitwarden login, it's free forever. However, if you do choose to leave that company for whatever reason, that works on a yearly recurring basis. So if you redeem it today, for whatever reason, 6 months from now, you're no longer with the company, you keep getting it for free for another 6 months. And then at that point, you could choose to downgrade to our standard free plan, which is free forever. Doesn't have quite as many bells and whistles as the families plan. Or you could choose to pay to keep all those features. So it's really up to you, but either way, you get to keep all of your data. All right. Now, I am pleased to introduce you all to my new colleague, Shelby, and she will be taking it away with community. So welcome, Shelby.
Thanks, Sai. All right. Can you go to the next slide? All right, so we've got some great opportunities for you to engage in our community. We have the official Bitwarden community. We also have a Bitwarden subreddit, and we also have the Mastodon for you to be able to interact with other people, answer general questions, and just contribute to some overall conversation regarding Bitwarden. All right, so how can you get involved? You can obviously contribute to code. We have an open source tool, so it's great to get your involvement there. Also, you can assist with client localization, helping get more languages for our product. Submit a feature request, ask Bitwarden community, and then get engaged in that chat there. Also joining in the beta program and helping us test those new features, participating in user research, and attending events like this. We do have a lot of great career opportunities out there. You can see there's quite a few openings right now. However, if you don't see anything that matches your current skill set, feel free to drop down and grab a general interest form and submit that so that our people ops have that on record. So if something does pop up that matches your skill set, then you are a candidate already in their system. And so for events, we have a weekly Teams and Enterprise demo that happens every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And we have World Password Day coming up on May 2nd. So that's a great opportunity to go through your health reports, like Sai mentioned, make sure everything is secure and you don't have any security gaps there. Encourage your friends and family to start using password managers. Just contribute to some education there as far as password hygiene. We have the RSA conference coming up May 6th to the 9th in San Francisco. We'll
I'll
be
be
at
there
booth,
if anyone wants to come meet us. Come hang out with
booth
us. Casey will be there too.
566.
Nasser. We'll all be there. We'll all be there.
And then we have the Bitwarden Secrets Manager demo every other Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. The next session being May 7th. And then the MSP demo May 9th, 12 p.m. Eastern.
All right. We are at the end of our presentation. Thanks, Shelby. We are at the end of our presentation here. Anybody have any questions before we go on to our fantabulous rewards? All right, Casey, take us away.
Okay, amazing. Well, per usual, our Vault Hour session always offers a Bitwarden store giveaway. So this is for all items in the Bitwarden shop. So lots of very cool swag, t-shirts, all the usual stuff you can expect. But we also have some new items in the store. So these are Bitwarden posters. The intention of these is really to be hanging up around the office, right? Showing all your other colleagues the importance of using a password manager. But I could also see these looking pretty cool at someone's home office or just at home. So many different options for these posters. Love the designs. So much fun. Oh, Ryan, do you have some?
No, but I'm thinking maybe I should. Maybe
I
I
think
can
you
replace a
should. I'm
couple of
thinking
things
about
back
getting
here.
some for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you can have the opportunity to win some of these super cool posters by participating in the giveaway. Ryan, can you go to the next slide? We can detail how to sign up. So to participate in the giveaway, go to bitwarden.com/shop. And then scroll down to the bottom of the page where you're going to be finding a contact form. So just fill that out, and in the comments section, just say that you heard about Vault Hours, heard about the giveaway during Vault Hours 39. And then as long as this is filled out within 24 hours of now, you will be entered into the pool of possible winners. We don't have any repeat winners. I think that's a given. We say that every time. But good luck, everyone. Hope you get some cool swag. There's definitely some stuff on the Bitwarden shop, Bitwarden store that I've been eyeing for myself. So definitely go check it out. That's it, Ryan.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us through the thick and thin of our technical difficulties earlier. I'm going to stick around here for a little bit and play some music. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to drop them into chat, and I'll stick around and answer those. And I think we've got everything taken care of. So we're a little bit over time, so just going to go ahead and play us off. And yeah, find us, hit us up in the community, and thanks everyone for attending.